started with the content library, the first thing you want to do is head over to Manage Settings and then scroll until you see the content library option. Now in here you just want to make sure this toggle is on for Enable Content Library, and when that's on and saved, you'll then head back up to Manage and see the content library option there. Now one thing that's important to understand about the content library is this idea of collections. So when you upload a piece of content, you're going to want to put it into a content collection. This helps to group content and make it easier for your students to find, and it just sorts them a little bit more. You can change the order of how these collections are made or are shown on the left hand side here by using these. But when you do upload a piece of content, you are going to be asked to put it into a collection. So if you haven't already got collections, you'll want to create some on the left hand side here. Or when you upload a piece of content, you can create a collection at the same time as well, and I'll show you how to do that. So if we want to upload a piece of content, so say we want to upload a video, we will head over to the New Content button and then give it a name. So I'm going to call it Content Example for now. And you can add a description in here as well if needed. So I'm just going to say something basic, example. Scroll further down and pretty much follow the prompts from here. So what type of content is it? Is it a video or is it a PDF? I'm going to say this one's a video. And where are we getting the content from? Is it a Vimeo or a YouTube link? And if that's the case, you can select these and then paste the link in here. Or is it an upload, which you will be asked to upload on the next page. So I'm going to say this one's an upload, and then from here the dates of when this piece of content should be active and when it should expire if it is going to have an expiry date. So you can turn those on or select those dates if needed. And then from here, this is a really important part as well. So you can link a piece of content to a specific class. You don't have to, there is no reason to if you don't need to. But if you do decide to link this piece of content to a class, who besides those class attendees is going to be able to see this content? So do you want people with an active pass that provides access to this content collection to see this content and its collection? Then you want to tick that one. If you want just logged in customers that have an account with your studio to see this collection or this piece of content, then you want to tick that option. And or do you want it to just be public for anyone to see? Anyone that's on your public site can look at the content. So you want to select whichever option is relevant for you here. I'm going to say this is for an active pass holder that provides access to the collection, and we can have a look at how to do that soon as well. And then from here, what collection is this piece of content going to fall into? So that's what I was mentioning before. So from here you can select a collection that you have already created, or you can create a new one down here. So super easy to do. I'm going to call this one Introduction to Punchpass, and then we can hit save. And then we are taken to this page here where we can review those details that we have just made, and then upload the piece of content if it is an upload. So I'll just quickly do that now. Okay, so I am uploading my piece of content. And you'll see that has been done successfully, and it's just being processed at the moment. So you see that it has now turned to active. Customers can view it. Those with a valid pass that have access to this collection of Introduction to Punchpass is the collection. Those that have access to that collection can view this piece of content. So now if we go back to Content Library and we go to that Introduction to Punchpass collection, we'll see that our example is here. So it's been uploaded and is sitting in that collection there. So now, how do we give pass holders with a particular pass access to this collection? If we head to Manage Passes, we can select a pass from here. So at first look, if you have enabled content access on a pass before, you will see this icon here. You can hover over it and it just tells you at first glance that members of this pass or this membership are going to have access to a collection. You have enabled that before on your account, or maybe someone else has. So from here we can select a pass or a membership. I'm going to just pick a random one, so maybe 5 credit reformer. And then you'll go up to the top here and select this option that says Content Collections. In here, you then will select the specific collection that you want to give access to and hit save. Cool. Now anyone that purchases that 5 credit Reformer Pass will have access to that content when they log into their account and they click on that content library tab. So we'll have a look at the customer facing side in a second, but first I just want to show you how you can add a piece of content to a specific class. So if we head over to the schedule and we pick a class, so I'm going to pick tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and I want to add a piece of content to this. So I'm going to click link existing content, and you'll see you have a list here of all of the pieces of content that you've uploaded. So we're going to select that example, select link, and that has been linked to this class. So now what this means is that anyone that has a reservation or an attendance in this class has access to this content. So when they log into their account, they go in and they look at the content library section, they will be able to see this piece of content. So I'll just add myself as a reservation and we can take a look at how this looks on the customer side. And we'll head on over to the customer view. So from here, you'll see the content library tab in the top bar, and our example is showing there. So my customer account doesn't have that pass that we linked, that 5 credit Reformer Pass, but I do have a reservation in that class that we've linked with the content. These other pieces of content that I can see as the customer really depend on what settings and restrictions you have for your other pieces of content. So whether you've set them to be publicly available or available to logged in customers, your customers will see those as well, depending on what settings you have for your other content and other collections. So that's a very basic level overview of the content library. Hopefully that's been helpful, but please reach out if you have any questions or if we can help at all.